Okay, ladies, you're live.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
All right. Refresh, refresh, refresh. Come on, be nice. No, it's not what I want.
It's not coming up for me yet.
Okay, now.
There it is.
Share that feed, everybody.
It's time for Today in Yuma with Jennifer Blackwell and Teresa Strong. You can listen to Today in Yuma weekdays from 9 to 10 a.m.
Hello, Dad. Hi, Brenda.
Hi, Ace.
Brenda is my high school principal's daughter. Slash
Hi,
my friend.
Brenda.
Slash my friend. Hi, Aunt Nancy. That's my dad's little sister, I think. Yeah. He's got a whole bunch of them. Morning, Linda.
All right, we ready?
We be ready.
Okay, here we go.
Welcome to Today in Yuma. I'm Jennifer Blackwell.
And I'm Teresa Straub.
We are broadcasting live on Z93, Outlaw Country, MonsterMediaYuma.com, and the FTS Automotive Facebook Live feed.
Good morning to all of you. Good morning to all of our Facebook Live visitors so far. If you are following us on Facebook Live, do us a favor and hit that share button. That way, if you have some friends that might benefit from the information we are providing today, they will be able to find it super easy. If you do not follow us on Facebook Live, we encourage you to do so. It's a way to get a behind the scenes of what goes on when Z93, Outlaw Country, and MonsterMediaYuma.com all go to commercial break. Jennifer and I stay live the entire hour.
We sure do, and one of the perks of Facebook Live is obviously the visual element.
Oh, yes.
We often have sneak peeks of certain things happening, like Diamondback tickets.
Ooh, what are those Diamondback tickets for?
These are for the D-backs versus the Giants game on the 29th. That's not this coming Friday, but the following Friday.
That's right.
And 4-pack of tickets valued at $128. These are for baseline reserve seats. I think probably 95% of the season tickets we have are for that same section.
They're for that same section. Sometimes we get lucky and we get behind the actual dugout, but we're closer to the batter's box, which is good too because you get an interaction with them. Mm-hmm. While you're sitting there, if you talk to them and things, they usually will turn around and talk to you too. So it's kind of nice.
Well, since we've already opened that can of worms, you can go ahead and start texting to enter.
Yes,
we are going to pick a winner the 22nd, this Friday. You have until 7 a.m. Friday morning to enter.
Okay.
And the way you do that, you're going to text the keyword D-backs, D-B-A-C-K-S, to 928-343-0993. Now, remember, because, it's been a week or so since we did one of these, no emojis or signatures because that won't allow you to properly get the bounce back that says that you have entered. You can enter as often as you like, but we do want to encourage you, please text responsibly. No texting and driving.
Yes, no texting and driving. And like Jen said, you can text as many times as you like and take advantage of that because there's definitely lots of people that do. That just gets you that many more entries into the pot on Friday morning. Again, no emojis, although we like them. If you don't get that bounce back, that means you're not entered. So before we were able to kind of go through and just kind of say, oh, okay, you've been entered. With the volume of texts we get for these contests, it's really almost impossible to do that. So if you do not get that bounce back saying that you've been entered to win the tickets, then you know that you need to try again.
Yesterday we had some of our local royalty on, and someone shared information because I said it has a Miss Yuma County, or Miss City of Yuma is relatively new, but it has a Miss Yuma County ever won Miss Arizona. And the ladies are headed to state today.
Yes,
and
they are.
Hopefully, because we have the Miss Arizona and Miss Arizona Outstanding Teen, 2 different categories. Mm-hmm. Hopefully, we will be bringing a title back to Yuma. And someone told us that it was the 90s when we last won, and they said Amanda. I thought Amanda Mellon, but it was Amanda Murray.
Oh,
but we actually had one more recent than that. I'm going to give you a list of the Miss Yuma counties that have won Miss Arizona.
Okay.
1996 was the most recent. That was Erin Gingrich. I remember Erin, and she was 21 at the time. Amanda Murray was 1993. She was 19 at the time. Darcy Turner from 1991. In 1990, Kimberly, wait, hang on. Darcy Turner, I highlighted the wrong. She was Tucson. I don't care about Tucson. Yeah, we love Tucson, just not for this.
Just not for this.
1990, Kimberly Hoskins. She was 19 at the time. In 1989, Tammy Kettinen. She was 21 at the time. 1986, Terry Kettinen. They're sisters. She was 21. And then we jump back a ways to 1982 when Deborah Daniels won at the age of 20. Then we have Sandra Montgomery back in 1965. So we had a bit of a dry spell there. She was 18 at the time. And we had 1959, Patricia Alibrand. She was 18. And I believe that was the last one. But there are larger gaps, too, when there were no Arizona representatives at the Miss America pageant. And that's, we select the Miss Arizona, and then they move forward. And then quite a few years where no pageants were held in between. Well, but that's a good representation.
It is a very good representation, and it just shows that as these girls put in as much work as they are, they have a chance. They definitely have a chance to move on, and that's what we're hoping for today.
Absolutely. Good luck, ladies.
Marlene's wanting us to repeat the info for the entry for the D-backs. That's what I was asking Anita to get a shot of. If you text DBACKS to the Monster message line at 928-343-0993. And again, you have to have the 928 in front of it for this contest.
That's right. And Danny says, good morning, ladies. I'm flying back to Chicago today for one more month. He came down to surprise his pop for Father's Day.
Aw, how awesome is
Those are always the best kind of surprises.
They are.
I was able to pull a few of those off on my mom.
Right. Yeah. Too. It's really hard because I'm sure it was really hard for you too, because you talk to your mom daily, and same with me. So if I'm trying to pull something off like that from my mom, it's really hard because usually she can tell if I'm keeping something or if she knows. They're the moms.
It's the mom sense. They just know these things.
Exactly.
Well, today is June 19th, and coming up on the show we have Yuma Community Food Bank. We're going to be talking about some volunteers from Yuma Honda. Mm-hmm. And then we also have Howard Blitz with the Freedom Library. Independence Day is right around the corner, so we're going to talk a little bit about the Declaration of Independence and Howard's mission with the Freedom Library and how things are coming along there.
Okay.
But we have birthdays first.
We have lots of birthdays today.
Yes, we do. And these are brought to you by Firehouse Subs and the Firehouse Public Safety Foundation at Firehouse Subs. That's just one part. The subs are just one part of their story.
Exactly.
A portion of your purchase in 2018 at all U.S. Firehouse sub locations go to the Public Safety Foundation. And we've been saying that over $31 million have been donated. That's now up to $35 million.
Oh, my goodness.
So they do phenomenal things. And since the foundation started, it's granted over $35 million to provide equipment, training, and support to our hometown heroes, even here in the Yuma community.
That's right.
And today's birthdays. Now, make sure to get those birthday entries in.
Yes, please get your birthday entries in. All you need to do is go to monstermediayuma.com, click on the Today in Yuma tab, scroll down, you'll see the Firehouse Subs logo, the Celebrate banner, right there's a little entry form. It takes 2 seconds, and once you fill it out, it goes straight to my inbox, and we make sure to get it on the calendar. We do ask that you give 24 hours notice, that way we can make sure we don't miss it. And don't be afraid. It's so funny because I know that a lot of people might be afraid to put their own birthdays in there. Send us your birthdays. It's okay. That way you have a chance to win, because the person that we announce is who's ever celebrating that birthday for that previous week. So if it was you and you want a chance to win that sub, just send yours on over.
And one person is drawn for a medium sub, chips, drink, and a dessert from Firehouse Subs.
That's right. And I've already started getting some for July, so don't hesitate. Go ahead and send them on over now.
All right, today's birthdays. A very happy birthday to a sweet lady in our community. Carol Kirchner is celebrating her birthday today.
Happy birthday, Carol.
Along with Vanessa Hernandez. Dee Bagby is celebrating today, too, along with Richard Chavez. Sarah Sebaugh. My Aunt Betty is turning 70 today, Betty Nichols.
Oh, happy birthday.
Shannon Stone. Shannon was a longtime radio and then TV broadcaster here in the community. Love Shannon.
I haven't heard that name in a while.
She's been away for a while. And then also Christine Arsaga is celebrating today.
Well, happy birthday to all of you.
Now, your birthdays are also in observance with National Watch Day.
Oh, I don't wear a watch.
I do. A lot of people use their cell phones for the time.
Yes.
But I've worn a watch for so long that I'll look at my phone for the weather and think, what time is it? Turn it off and look at my wrist.
And look at your wrist.
It's just a habit.
There's nothing wrong with it. I to me, especially with what we do with all the typing that we do, and on air, you'll notice that we don't wear like bracelets because they hit they clink. So I usually just don't wear anything on my wrist.
Well, Watch Day recognizes an industry which has been around for more than 500 years and is steadily evolving. Choosing a watch is a personal choice. It's a fashion statement for a lot of people.
Well, and you guys grew up without cell phones, so you guys were
the struggle, Anita.
I know.
No,
the pagers, the pager
the
years.
pager. I remember pagers, but like even when I was younger, I wore a watch. But you guys wore them for a lot longer than I did, because I wore a watch for a while. Once I got my pager, who needed a watch anymore? You know what I mean? So you guys, I can see that it's having something on that wrist that you needed there.
Well, there are many, many options out there for watches, and I think back to even different generations too, the styles.
Yeah.
When you think of the 80s, what do you think of? Maybe Swatch.
Swatch.
Swatch or
Guess.
Guess was big in the 80s.
Those are huge. And now you have your phones that operate not only using your phone for a watch, but Anita has the smartwatch too.
Yeah.
So
so they've made a comeback, obviously with the smartwatches. But it's weird to see the progression of how these watches have changed. I mean, look at the technology that's on Anita's wrist, but even the ones that are regular watches, some of these are as big as my tattoo on my arm. So they want to make sure they can see them.
Many faces.
It is also National Garfield the Cat Day.
Oh, I like Garfield.
Garfield is my all-time favorite cartoon cat.
Okay, we'll go get some lasagna.
Yeah, we should. No, I remember my 8th grade English teacher. She loved Garfield too, and she would have all the posters around the room. So I learned how to draw Garfield.
Oh, did you?
I would often have my stuff done early, and I needed to kill time. So I mimicked her posters in her room. I can draw a pretty mean Garfield.
Garfield is still around.
He is.
It's really weird to watch, considering we grew up watching Garfield the cartoons, and now the voice is similar, but it's not the same. So it's really, really weird. It's really weird to watch. But I mean, it's still around, and I'm surprised it hasn't.
That was kind of like when they changed the initial voice of Homer, or you hear the older stuff with the Simpsons. You're like, no, that's not right.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the information I have says that in 2013, Garfield was syndicated in roughly 2,580 newspapers and journals, and holds the Guinness World Record for being the world's most widely syndicated comic strip. In June 1978, that was the first publication on this date of Garfield, which chronicles the life of the lead character, the cat Garfield, named after Jim Davis. He's the creator, his grandfather. And Garfield's owner, John Arbuckle, and John's dog, what's his name?
Odie.
There you go. All right, and my favorite Aunt Willie, used to send me cards all the time, and she found the best Garfield cards in stationery.
Oh, so that is so cool.
The one of the all-time iconic favorites. I'm not overweight, I'm under tall.
Yeah, Christine says, "Woohoo, kitty, kitty!"
Of course. All right, it's also National Martini Day.
Oh, okay.
And shake up some gin and vermouth with some ice and add a lemon twist, and celebrate today, obviously safely.
That's right.
And if you're of age. And the adult beverage has become one of the best-known mixed alcoholic drinks. A cocktail made with gin and vermouth, like I said. It's normally garnished with an olive or a lemon twist. And what movie or what character, when you think of martinis, shaken, not stirred?
James Bond.
Oh, I don't.
James Bond.
Oh, okay.
Bond. James Bond.
Bond.
Oh,
James Bond.
Okay. I had no idea.
That's right. I got your back. I got your back.
I've heard the saying before, but I don't.
You're not drawing that.
Brian, that's next on my list. And what I think is the most important of the days we recognize, it's Juneteenth.
Yes.
We have the local celebration here on Saturday down at Carver Park, and it commemorates the end of slavery in the United States. It's observed on June 19th, but the celebrations are often held on the weekend leading up to it. And the celebration originated in Texas when Major General Gordon Granger arrived in Galveston. He announced on June 19th, 1865, with General Orders, number 3, that the Civil War was over and all slaves were now freedmen.
Oh, okay.
All right, so
And it's awesome. You know, we did talk about the celebration that was held this past weekend, and I'm sure they did it on the weekend so that everybody can participate.
oh, they did too. We want to thank Mike Shelton for sharing that.
Yeah, there's a
information
lot
with
of
us.
history there.
And Mike will be back next week too. He's going to be talking about the Declaration of Independence, and we're going to talk about a little more history. A lot of times people think history is boring, but it depends on how you look at it. There's
And
so much we learn, obviously,
exactly, and it definitely depends on how it's presented to you. It can be really, really interesting. I know in high school you're like, oh, history class, it can be boring and things, but if it's presented to you in the right way, I think Howard and his the Freedom Library do a great job of it because they bring it to life.
They do.
And I know even when we had the last gentleman here,
Frederick Douglass.
Frederick Douglass, and it was funny because he was giving us a history lesson as we were doing the interview with him, but it was so weird because we were interviewing him as Frederick Douglass, so it almost felt like we were talking to that real person.
Exactly, he truly is a method actor,
it sucks you in, but it made it very interesting.
Yes,
for
it
us.
did. And if you can captivate someone's attention,
Yeah.
you're going to pay attention, and you're also going to remember it. I found that a lot of the history I learned in school, they were just teaching to the test, and the way it was presented, it was strictly textbook. This timeline, this group for this purpose, but they didn't put a kind of a human face on any of it.
Exactly. Well, and that's why I'm excited to hear all of your 4th of July vignettes that we're putting together, because you went above and kind of found some snippets that you may not have learned in those textbooks and some really interesting facts. So
And I'm sure Howard's got a few more
maybe
things to share
maybe
too.
we should
Trust me,
ask him.
He knows his info. All right, it's time to take a break here on Today in Yuma. We are going to be back with a guest shortly after the break. The show's brought to you by Classic Accounting. They have over 30 years of experience and knowledge, and you can trust Classic Accounting with your personal and your business payroll and monthly bookkeeping needs. Give them a call today at 343-1040.
And Sprague Sports going on now, Ruger Range Days. There's only a few days left to take advantage of the best selection with lowest prices and free Ruger gear with purchase. Go register to win a Ruger 9mm pistol. You can find them on 32nd Street next to Lowe's.
And if your air system has to work harder due to a clogged filter, it may lead to premature wearing down of different components. Don't forget to regularly swap out your air filters. Quick Refrigeration, heating and cooling the Yuma area since 1955.
And our awesome friends over at Advocate Pest and Wildlife Specialists. With these warmer temperatures, you're starting to see all of those. I'm seeing a lot of spiders and cockroaches and earwigs, ticks and fleas. All you need to do is give Advocate Pest and Wildlife Specialists a call today at 928-343-9149. Better yet, there's a giveaway going on, and I guarantee you this is one you're not going to want to miss. All you need to do is go to Advocate Pest and Wildlife on Facebook.
It's Today in Yuma on Z93, Outlaw Country, MonsterMediaYuma.com, and the FTS Automotive Facebook Live feed. We'll be back.
I love our pest control. They're
Me.
called cats.
I do.
The only thing is they scare me at night because most of the bugs we have are by
Okay,
the
so
light.
3 out of 4 got the memo.
3?
Hey, you know what? I have a sign for you.
Yes! That is awesome!
You got the stripes.
You got the
Because while it
stripes.
does create a chevron,
It's just a different color.
close.
It's just a different color. It was funny. I walked in and I go, "Hey, look at my skirt!"
That's always funny at work because everybody, you see that.
We're on the same wavelength.
we had the floral thing going on. We thought we'd mix it up.
Mix it up a little bit.
And you got the black and white and the yellow.
Yeah.
It's cute.
I'm stuck on something down here. I don't know what it is.
You guys were talking about the martinis and out there going, James Bond! James Bond! You're like, who?
I have
Never heard such a
I've only watched minimal. I've not watched like a lot of James Bond. So, and I remember hearing the saying, but I'm like, I don't even know at the moment. She likes to put me on the spot, so I have no idea.
I could see if they hadn't made any since the Roger Moore era, but they're
They've been around
contemporary
for a
versions.
while.
How often do I watch movies? You know that.
That aren't cartoons.
What you're seeing here is an age gap.
There's so true.
My husband was watching Lion King last night.
Lion King is so good. It's so, you know what? It's hard to watch. I love Disney movies. I love Pixar. And that's what that's all. When's the last time I watched a movie? She's all, that are cartoons. And I'm like, Coco, Moana, all of those. But going back and watching all those Disney movies from when I was younger, they're very kind of dark. Oh yeah. And I'm like,
yes.
Oh my gosh, like I used to love these movies. I still love these movies, but they go back and you're like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
They have a whole new meaning now.
Yep.
It's definitely a kind of sad to see, but and then I was reading some history about Walt Disney and stuff about
And why his
movies are the way he is, about his mom.
Was it his mom or his wife?
His mom. His mom, that's why a lot of them don't have mothers, or they're...
I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's always someone missing.
There's always someone missing, and there's some really cool facts. Yeah, I was like, oh, makes total sense. Yeah, it's definitely really... I think he may have encountered a few wicked stepmothers in his time, that kind of thing.
Maybe.
Just a couple.
He has got a really neat story. If you've ever had an
If
opportunity,
you have a chance to
they made a movie out of it. Have you seen it?
It's a cartoon.
No, it's not. Do you know what
I
There's a movie about his life and how he.
only the first two.
Oh, we're on
I don't
like
know
4 or
if it's.
5.
I don't remember.
He's in
I don't think it's
almost
Tom
the whole season
Hanks.
'cause he's had it in a can before.
Yeah, but it's...
I'll think about it. But it's very well done. It's interesting to see the transition in his life.
Yeah,
And
it's very interesting. I'll have to look up the
there's a movie about him and his life, how he came up with Mickey Mouse, because Mickey Mouse isn't his first
No, it
character.
isn't. I saw...
But it's the
I've read
first
that.
one that he was able to maintain ownership of.
Oh, I see. I have to find that movie. That'd be interesting to watch.
It's really good.
Hopefully it's not a cartoon, so Jennifer, quit making fun of
It's not a cartoon.
You ready?
Welcome back to Today in Yuma. I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Teresa.
Michelle Merkley with the Yuma Community Food Bank is here joining us today.
Good morning.
Shaken, not stirred.
Yes.
What character?
James Bond.
Yeah,
She's 7.
She said she was out in the waiting room, and she's like, James Bond!
Hello, come on.
She was trying to help me, but I couldn't hear her.
Now you know.
Yes, I do. I will not forget that.
Martinis.
Next year comes around, I will have that answer.
Yes, you'll remember that. All right, now what is on the schedule for the Yuma Community Food Bank?
Well, today, first of all, we have an upcoming event with Sprague's on Saturday, July 14th. It is their aim to help hunger. So it's to everybody out there to empty your freezers. Bring down your meat, wild game, and fish that you've got in that freezer and bring it down to Sprague's, and we will take that over to the food bank.
Yeah, and this is something that Sprague's does every year.
They do.
The Aim to Fight Hunger event. And I think it's really, really awesome to see, all of the community come together. We have a lot of hunters in our community, and there may be some meat left over in there that you need to make room for the next hunting season going to be coming around soon. So, that's a great time to not, don't throw it away.
No, don't throw it away.
Don't throw it away. You can take it there, and Sprague's has really awesome perks if you do.
They do. Yeah, so more coming up on that, but that's something, keep that in mind, so clean out those freezers, and you can also bring down your canned goods as well.
All right, and that will be coming up in July for the Aim to Help Hunger.
July 14th.
Yes. And the other thing, we're focusing right now a lot on the summer, with the kids being out of school, the summer programs, but I also wanted to talk about the senior nutrition program that we have at the food bank.
Okay.
There has been a long wait list, but that wait list is gone now.
Good.
So we have openings for seniors. So if you're over 60, you can come down and sign up for a senior nutrition box. And you just need to come down and fill out an application, bring down a photo ID, and then proof of address. So if you have a utility bill, a rent agreement, just bring that down and we'll get you signed up.
And how does that work? How often do they
They
get
can
that
come
book?
once a month, and it has supplemental, a lot of protein in there for them. And I don't know if you've heard of the government cheese. People talk about that, so they get the cheese in there and then some milk. and just to kind of help those new seniors that are at risk of hunger.
All right, and we've had a waiting list for some time.
We have, I believe it was for 2 years.
Oh, wow, that's great.
Oh, my
So
goodness.
DES has taken over that program. It used to be through the USDA, but now it's through DES. And they've had some additional funding, and so they've opened that up, and we've gotten more boxes.
Fantastic.
Yes.
And again,
It's always nice to get through that waiting list.
It is. Oh my goodness, we were very excited when we finally were like, we cleared it out. We have openings now.
Yeah, and it is. It's a big accomplishment for you guys, you know, and to have the efforts of the community come together and help it. It's just fantastic.
Yeah.
again, over the age of 60.
Over the age of 60, yeah, because there's a lot of low-income seniors out there, and this will help that little extra supplement to get them by every month.
So we talk about the child food insecurity
Yep.
in the state. Yesterday we had Theodora Baker on. She
Yes.
is the Miss Yuma County Outstanding Teen.
Yes, I
Yes,
believe so.
They're heading to Miss Arizona competition today, and I know she's been working quite a bit with the Yuma Community Food Bank lately
has,
too.
yes.
Now, Feeding America is an organization that the Yuma Community Food Bank works with, and well, we have a lot of different programs. We have the summer food program
Correct.
taking place at many installations across Yuma County. You know, Feeding America is another organization too, and I saw some posting on your social media about that.
Yeah, we partner with Feeding America. They do a lot of different things to help fight hunger in the United States. So I encourage everybody to go onto our social media and also follow Feeding America too. Go in there and look at what kind of programs they offer.
All right, and Yuma Honda recently helped with some volunteer efforts.
They did. They came in last week. We had 3 wonderful employees, and they spent their entire day with us. So we put them to work. So
Wow. The whole day.
the whole day they were there
Oh,
from 8 to
good.
2. So I believe every year they do. They team up Team Honda Cares, and they come in. I believe there was over 20,000 employees across the United States. So they came
that's
in and helped us
phenomenal.
out. Yeah.
And they do the same thing at various charitable organizations
They
across
do,
the
yeah.
nation. That is
We were
super
very
cool.
grateful. So
Well, this is an opportunity too where businesses can step up. That's what we do here. We like to go as a staff because it makes it more fun,
of course.
and you share that experience of doing good, but you also have fun at the same time
Yeah.
too.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we-
Because after a little while, I didn't want to see any blueberries or raspberries for just a little while,
Just a little bit.
Well, right now we have a lot of cantaloupe and watermelon, so no blueberries right now.
and no juggling allowed.
No.
No.
That's why we're probably not allowed during melon season.
So if we have a business out there, you know, like you said, Yuma Honda stepped up. If there's a business out there that'd like to do something like that, come in with their staff and volunteer, how do they go about doing that?
They can give me a call. My number is 259-2218, and we will pick a date, and we'll get you on the calendar, and we'll get everybody in there, and we'll get you to work.
And you might have a lot going on for your staff, and you can't do a whole day. But even if you could just block out a couple hours,
Yeah, exactly. Even 1 hour.
yeah, you can still get quite a bit done.
Absolutely.
We're very efficient.
We are.
Our group.
Your team is awesome.
It was myself, Teresa, Anita, and Janice, and Yuma County Supervisor Darren Simmons
That's
tagged
right.
along.
That's right.
And a month ago, he goes, "When are you doing that again? I want to go with you guys."
Oh, good.
Oh,
Hey,
I
look
love
at you guys
it.
signed up again.
We tend to do it in the summertime when
Usually
it's
September.
when it's rather warm, but it's okay.
It's okay. It's a good
It's not-
workout.
It is definitely.
Well, that's the
a
time
great
when
workout.
they a lot of their winter volunteers are gone. So
Yeah.
the help is needed. That's why we're stressing volunteers.
Yes, please.
Definitely
Yes, we can always need the help down there. So
And then
We'll do it a
the-
little bit earlier this time.
Yeah.
That would be
come early in the
fantastic.
morning.
That would be fantastic.
Well, we're booked until 10. So.
Yeah.
Anytime after that, we've got nice big fans back there for you.
You do. So you talked about the senior nutrition program, but you still you still have your normal boxes that you
We
give
do.
out to different families, and I don't know that we've touched on it. What are the requirements for somebody that may need help from the food bank? Yes, you know, obviously the senior program, but for just regular families out there that are looking for maybe a box to help fill those little bit of gaps.
You know, we any family, if you're struggling, if you need help, just come down and sign up. Like I said, you just need to bring a photo ID and proof of address. And I want to let everybody know we get a lot of phone calls. People are on SNAP, which used to be food stamps. It's now called SNAP. They think that they're not eligible to come down and get an emergency food box with us, and that's not correct. They are eligible. So that's just another supplement that'll help them get by.
And well, sometimes there's struggles, and a family just might need an extra week or a little help to stretch that.
We hear a lot of people come down. It's like, hey, you know, I had an emergency. I had some additional medical bills that came up that weren't expecting, and they have to face it's like, do I pay that medical bill or do I buy food this month? And that's just we can just help them get by. And that's what we're there for.
All right. That's Yuma Community Food Bank. You're open Monday through Friday. What are those hours?
We are open from 8 to 2 p.m.
All right. Michelle Merkley is our guest today. If you'd like to donate, don't forget that Aim to Help Hunger at Sprague's is coming up in July on the 14th. But you can also volunteer, and non-perishable items are pretty much taken at any time if you'd like to make a donation of those.
That's right.
All right. It's time to take our Lotus Day Spa and Salon selfie with Michelle out in the courtyard. We'll be back with Howard Blitz after the break on Today in Yuma. The show is brought to you by Classic Accounting. They have over 30 years of experience and knowledge, and you can trust Classic Accounting with your business, payroll, and monthly bookkeeping needs. They also handle your personal accounting. Call 343-1040.
And Sprague Sports, don't forget, mark your calendars for July 14th, Aim to Fight Hunger. While you're there, take advantage and look at all of the different ammunition that you can buy there. They have the largest distributors here in Yuma. You can get your Federal, Remington, and Winchester. They also specialize in bird control ammo for agricultural-related purposes. You can find them on 32nd Street next to Lowe's.
And Quick Refrigeration, they do repairs and maintenance. So premium system installation. I'm curious to see what Anita's new APS bill will be like on her new unit. Her other one was quite a bit older, and she has a brand new unit from Quick. So we will wait with bated breath to see what that looks like. You can visit their website at getcoolquick.com.
And Advocate Pest and Wildlife Specialists. They are locally owned and have been providing pest control services in the Yuma area for over 20 years. They are licensed with the Arizona Game and Fish Department for safe, humane wildlife relocation. You can give them a call today at 928-343-9149. Better yet, go like them on Facebook.
It's Today in Yuma on Z93, Outlaw Country, MonsterMediaYuma.com for streaming, and the FTS Automotive Facebook Live feed.
I had my finger on it, and it must not have been all the way over, because as soon as I touched it, I was like, no!
A little sensitive today.
I don't think it was locked fully in, so
We are going to be off the week of the 2nd.
Okay, 4th of July week.
Alright. All of our black and white stripes. Ready? Smile. Perfect. Thank you very much.
We will see you next week.
Howard's ready, I think.
Have a great one. Oh, she didn't hear you.
I saw you were watching.
Come on in.
Oh, okay.
We got to say hi to JD and Kirsten.
I know,
We'll tell her on air, so that way she gets the radio play.
How you ladies doing?
JD's
Good, how are you
without
doing?
P right
I'm
now.
doing well.
She's without.
How are you?
Is she at, oh, is
Good.
she at that like a Tiny Tots class?
Yeah, she's at the Tiny Tots thing. She should be at least.
Give you one of these.
Thank
One
you.
of these. Wait, there's 3 of them. Give you one of these.
Perfect.
One of these. One of these. One of these.
Thank you.
And you get one too.
Well, thank you.
Look at that. We don't leave anybody. And you got an extra. I'll leave it.
All right. Howard has to say the name of this friendship caravan.
Yeah, it's SoFilm.
Sofim? Okay, because I would have
Sofim.
butchered that really bad.
SoFilm friendship.
I've seen it in all the documentation, but I need a pronouncer for many of these.
Oh, what happened to this thing? Let me get those out. Do I need headphones?
No, you're
No,
not.
you're fine.
I just need a mic?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, you got tickets. I want to give
Oh,
you tickets.
ticket giveaways?
Ticket giveaways.
Is that Thursday?
Thursday.
Okay.
One of those is for the red one is for the workshop. There's 3 for the shows, for the 2 shows, and 1 for the workshop.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Sure are.
That's good.
Ready? Welcome back to Today in Yuma. I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Teresa.
We are here live on Z93 Outlaw Country, and you can also watch us live, well, either now or later. I know the live confuses people. You can watch the show later in the day on Facebook Live on my page. It's a personal page, but it's open to the public, and then we share that on the station page also.
Yep, and we want to give a quick shout out to my bestie JD Silva's watching and Kirsten's watching. She doesn't get to watch very often, so I'm happy that she's listening.
Enjoy
today.
summer break, Kirsten.
Yes, definitely.
All right, next up with us in the studio, we have Howard Blitz from the Freedom Library. Thanks for joining us.
Great, Jen. Great, Teresa. Good to see you guys.
You too.
I always like to see you live.
Well, it's always better when you're actually in the studio.
That's right. I don't like tapings. I like live.
Well, busy time for you, Howard. And first, we're going to talk about an event coming up this Thursday.
This Thursday. You know, whoever said that there's nothing to do in Yuma in the summertime, got to have his head examined. I mean, there is more stuff going on in this town year round, not just in the wintertime.
There definitely is, and there's a lot of chances that they're going on inside, so you can stay cool and not have to be out in the heat.
And this is one of them. The Sofim Friendship Caravan is coming. These are the Israeli Scouts. They were here last year, put on a terrific performance, I understand, and they're going to do it again this year over there at the Church for the City at the corner of Avenue 4E and County 13th Street. It's going to be this Thursday. They've got 2 shows, one in the afternoon at 1 p.m. and the other one's at 7 p.m., both at the Church for the City. They're also going to have a workshop for the kids, so if you want to sit in on their workshop between the shows, you can. Tickets for the shows are $10 for adults, $5 for kids, and for the workshop, it's only $5.
Okay. That's a good deal.
And we've given you 3 tickets for the shows and 1 for the workshop to give away.
All right, we're going to do some texting giveaways here in just a little bit.
Not a problem.
Program 928-343-0993 in your phone, and just wait till we say when.
Exactly.
Okay.
Now,
Not
anyway,
yet.
Not yet. But that's this Thursday over there at Church for the City.
And it's not the first time they've been in Yuma. I believe
Correct.
They were here last year.
They were here last year.
And what are some things that we can expect to see,
They
Howard?
sing and dance.
Oh, okay.
This is a singing and dancing performance by 5 guys and 5 gals. And they're all scouts from Israel. And they tour the country. And I don't know where they're going after Yuma, and I don't know where they've been before they came to Yuma, but they're coming to Yuma again.
So,
And they're terrific.
what can they expect in the workshop? Is it just
how to dance, how to sing, what things, if you're interested in that kind of thing, where you might be able to go and get help in developing your skills.
Just attend the workshop. You'll find out.
Yeah, exactly.
You can
I haven't been to the workshop, so I'm kind of guessing at this, but I would suspect that's what that's about. Well, they probably also go over what kind of routines, how they practice for their performances.
And they're scouts, they are scouts, so you might get some tips on different life skills and things like that as well.
Yep.
So,
Okay.
So are they part of the International Scout program?
Yes.
Okay.
Anita asked if they were part of the International Scout program, and that is definitely the case with them.
Yeah, so this is coming up this Thursday.
And you can purchase tickets online. You can call 344-2409, and they will give you details on how you can make that purchase. And the event is sponsored by the Yuma Jewish Community Council and Church for the City.
Exactly.
Awesome.
All right.
And both performances are going to be at Church for the City there on Thursday. And like I said, tickets are only $10.
All right.
Yeah.
Now
Another event that's coming up in a couple of weeks, because Independence Day is coming up. And on July 4th, just like George Washington did in front of New York City Hall in New York City on July 9th, we have Councilman Mike Shelton giving a dramatic reading of the Declaration of Independence. since that's the document that we celebrate on that day, that's what we're going to do. And so in front of City Hall, on the north side of the building, right there at the front door, he'll be giving a dramatic reading beginning at 8:30, right after the Caballeros de Yuma flag raising there at the Veterans Park. You can come on down to the City Hall and listen and follow along, because everybody's going to get a copy of the Declaration of Independence. Whoever shows up, they get a copy of the Declaration, and they can read along with Mike as he gives a dramatic reading of probably one of the greatest revolutionary documents ever written.
And he's going to be joining us next week for just a portion. He's gonna.
Is he going to do?
Yeah, he's
oh,
going to
okay.
share some of his reading.
Great.
He couldn't make it today
Yeah.
because he wanted to come on with you, but he
Right.
had another event scheduled.
No problem.
How many signers to the Declaration of Independence?
57. No, 55.
56.
56.
She only
Yeah.
knows because she's been doing she's
Good.
been doing
Good.
some
I'm
research
glad somebody's learning
on
it.
radio.
I haven't been able to memorize that yet. I've got to count them every time. They're all on here, though.
Oh, they are? Okay.
Yeah, they're all.
Oh, there
every
we are.
single one of them are on there.
Okay.
Oh, you know what I was thinking? I was thinking, well, no, actually only 36 signed the Constitution. Oh, there weren't as many. Yeah,
All right.
56 signers, correct.
All right. And
That
this
is right.
and this dramatic reading is going to happen on 4th of July.
On Independence Day,
Okay.
July 4th, Wednesday at 8:30. Activities begin at 8:30.
Okay.
And Howard mentioned that.
And it is outside, but it'll be kind of in the shade.
And
It'll
it's
be
early
early
enough.
morning at
Yeah.
8:30 in the morning,
Exactly.
so you shouldn't sweat too much.
And he mentioned the Caballeros, the flag raising ceremony that will be at the
At the Veterans Park there downtown.
on Gila Street.
On Gila Street,
Yeah.
and I believe that starts at 7:30.
Yes, that it starts actually at 7 a.m.
7 a.m.
But they may not. They're going to be recognizing our Marines and soldiers, both from MCAS Yuma and YPG.
Okay.
They will have some speeches and then the raising of the stars and stripes, and they also do that at the water tower too.
Right.
So Yuma's iconic water tower, and that
Yes.
is hosted by the Caballeros de Yuma. And then go see that, and then head on over to see Councilmember Shelton.
Yeah, at 8:30.
All right.
That's it.
And we're going to talk scholarship opportunities.
Yeah, we've got scholarships coming up again. Starting in August, we've got the Freedom Library has its classes beginning August 21st for the U.S. Constitution class, and August 23rd for economics, and you can take both or either one. They're 2-hour classes from 6 to 8 p.m. Tuesday and Thursday nights. Tuesday nights, like I mentioned, is the U.S. Constitution class.
Now, Howard,
and Thursday nights, the economics class.
we've been talking about history and how a lot of stuff doesn't, pique our interest or our curiosity when we're in school. They may be teaching to the test, or sometimes you have to read the real interesting parts about history. In and of itself, it can be kind of bland, but a lot of it depends on the delivery too. When attending the economics class, is it really engaging, or I'm going to sit there, am I going to want to take a nap?
No, well, we hope you won't take a nap. We hope we make it very engaging, because what we try to do in both classes is to make the topic applicable to what's going on today.
Okay.
So, we talk about all these trade tariffs and the balance of trade and the significance of it and the insignificance of it, actually, because it really isn't. It's a very insignificant thing.
Well, there's current events. You have,
But we have a lot of current events. I mean, we have this immigration thing going on, and that has a lot to do with the Constitution. And we talk about the Constitution. Where is the authorization for is there any authorization for the U.S. government to get involved with any of that in the first place? There's a huge question, because when you study the U.S. Constitution, you can't find the word immigration in there.
Really?
Really. And so that's why it's very important for all of us to study this document. It really is, because if we don't know, like I use the analogy of football. If the football players on the field don't understand the rules and had no idea what the rules were, what could the referee in the football game do? Pretty much anything he wanted.
Exactly.
He could allow 10 downs for a first down and get away with it, because the players wouldn't know that it's 4 downs. They wouldn't know to raise their hand and say, hey, ref, you're wrong. They wouldn't know to answer the question. And that's what we've got going on in this country. We don't have enough people in this country that understand this document to raise their hand to question it. Or if we do, then they're not raising their hand.
Well, and I think that, to Jennifer's point, I think that's where it becomes interesting. You apply it to things that are going on in our world today and in our country today, and that's where it's interesting, because a lot of people, when they think history, that this is the past, this is what happened in the past. It's not, because there's things that are still going on now that apply to the Constitution.
Oh, yeah. Well, these guys wrote this document so that future generations could have a life of freedom. Even in the preamble, they tell us that they wrote it for us, for our posterity. And we're their posterity. And they were engaged in the exact same situations that we face today. Their day and our day is no different. The only difference is all of this stuff that we're sitting around right here. All this technology. It's the only difference. But the principles remain the same. Principles of human relations are the same whether you're in 1787 or 2018. It doesn't matter. The law of gravity, the same law of gravity that exists today here on this planet, existed back in 1787. The exact same law.
Technology and indoor plumbing.
No, I'll group that into technology. Because the poor, even the poorest of poor people in this country live so much better than the kings of their day.
Oh, absolutely.
But that's because of all the freedom that we have had in the past. And if we don't maintain our vigilance on it, we're going to lose it. We'll lose it. It's very easily to be lost.
You do offer scholarships for these classes. There's an opportunity at the end of each of these classes that you get. Now, what would you say is the youngest as far as
14?
14.
Yeah.
14 is the youngest.
These classes are open to age 14 and up.
Perfect.
And we've had 14-year-olds. We've had 65, 70-year-olds. And everybody in between earn these scholarships.
And what's the cost for it?
And the cost is $50 to cover the books and materials.
Okay.
We have volunteers that mentor the classes. And at the end of the 12 weeks, each class is a 12-week class. And you attend the classes, the maximum you can miss is only 3. Because we figure after that you're not going to get
everything.
You're going to be in an unfair advantage with somebody else in the class. But at the end of the 12 weeks, you write a paper. If you'd like to give yourself an opportunity to earn a scholarship, you write a paper 4 to 6 pages long applying what you've learned to a current event. And then the scholarship committee picks the top 2 from each class. And one of the scholarships is a monetary scholarship that's sent to the educational institution of the individual's choice. We've sent checks from the Freedom Library to AWC, U of A, ASU, NAU, other colleges around the country.
Right.
But the other one that I feel is the more valuable one is the travel scholarship, because you get to travel to attend a week-long seminar put on by the Foundation for Economic Education, and you interact with people literally from all over the world, such as Venezuela, and you learn about what's going on in the other parts of the world, and you get a semblance of what freedom really means, because the people from other countries, they can tell you what freedom really means. Okay, we Americans, have it pretty good here.
Yeah, pretty good, and a lot of things we take for granted sometimes too.
Yes,
so.
we do.
But
A lot of it, the immense amount of it, has a lot to do with understanding this Constitution. The fact that we have a U.S. Constitution, because it keeps that government at bay.
All right, well, that's August 21st when the U.S. Constitution class begins, and August 23rd for the economics class.
Right.
An opportunity in both classes to win a $1,000 scholarship.
Correct.
All right,
Yep. And I just might say, with all the support we've had over the 22 years, the Freedom Library has awarded now over $100,000 in scholarships over the last 22
wonderful.
years.
Wow.
To individuals, like I said, from age 14 to 80.
All right.
So,
You can visit their website at freedomlibrary.org for more details, or call 246-2327.
yeah, and
All right.
thank you, Yuma, and thank you all over the United States for the support that we've had at the Freedom Library. Thank you.
All
And
right.
thank you to you ladies for having me on this
Our
thing.
pleasure to have
Appreciate
you. All right, it's time to take our Lotus Day Spa and Salon Selfie with Howard out in the courtyard. We'll be back with more of Today in Yuma after the break on Z93, Outlaw Country, Monster Media, Yuma.com, and the FTS Automotive Facebook Live feed.
Thanks, Howard.
Well, thanks, Therese. Thanks, Jim. Thanks, Anita. Photo op.
That's right. Never miss an opportunity for a photo.
That's right. Thank you.
You are very welcome.
Gotta take our
He's
picture.
gonna be here next week.
Yeah. It's funny
He'll
because
give you a little sampling.
yeah,
Oh,
he
good.
he
Okay.
messaged me the very same day.
Good.
It
Yeah.
was weird how you guys
Okay.
were just kind of
Good.
thinking.
Right in the middle
tandem.
there.
Okay.
Come on over
Very
here.
good.
In the middle.
Okay.
Smile. Perfect.
All right. Thank you, ladies.
Take care.
Be well.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Good day.
We won't need a keyword or anything. We'll just have them text in and.
We have freedom.
No,
just-
we don't have a keyword. Yeah,
just
they can just.
if they wanna-
Yeah.
Okay. First come, first serve.
When do we get to back?
That little speaker trips me out every once in a while.
What is that?
It's like the old monitor speaker. It makes noise every once in a while.
Oh, gotcha.
What are you giggling at?
You're the old
The old
speaker there.
speaker. Well, you know how that goes.
Did I send you that one last night?
Yeah, I saw it this morning. You were up late.
I told you I was
You
up
were
last
up
night.
late. I didn't see it till this morning though. We had to make ourselves turn on. We've been watching The Ranch because the new
right,
ones
new
are on,
season, yeah.
and it's very interesting the things that are happening and stuff. So it was funny because it ends and we're like, oh, but we gotta kind of know what goes on. So we kind of watched the beginning of the next one. Okay, we have to turn it off right now, like now, so we can go to bed. Otherwise, we're gonna stay up and watch the whole.
Yeah,
thing.
we're going between. We'd recorded Celebrity Family Feud, and it was the NBA versus MLB. And it was hilarious. I mean, Shaq is so ginormous.
He is.
Too, but him and Charles Barkley were hilarious.
I thought I recorded it, but I think I just caught it that day. I'm gonna have to go back and record
Well,
it.
it's
so I
funny
don't
because
miss
Steve Harvey's like, "You're gonna make it on YouTube," and it will.
all those that you've seen.
Because one of the questions was, if you're in church and you find that your zipper's broken, what do you do? And some of the questions, untuck your shirt
Yeah.
or close your jacket over it. And I said, hold your wife's purse. And Charles said, hold a child in front of you. And they're like, you're going to go to jail. But that one of the answers up there was, put a person in front of you.
yeah.
And then he goes, I'm in a baby. And they're like, that's worse. Because Shaq started to put his hands behind him like he was going to cuff him.
That's funny.
Sorry if there were any spoilers there.
It already aired. It's not your fault. All right, we ready?
Yep.
Sorry, I have a hair right there.
Welcome back to Today in Yuma. I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Teresa.
We are live on Z93 Outlaw Country Monster Media Yuma.com if you like to stream the show, and you can also watch us on the FTS Automotive Facebook Live feed.
That's right. Again, if you are following us on Facebook Live, please hit that share button. Howard had a lot of great information to share, and I think a lot of people in our community can benefit from it. And take advantage of these things like Mike Shelton's doing this coming 4th of July. Those are the things that make the history fun.
They
So-
do. And bring it alive, too.
Exactly. Take the kids. Start them young. Let them open their eyes to what's going on. Things like the flag raising ceremony. Those are things that are important.
I'm pretty sure that all these things I will be sharing in the little Independence Day
Yeah.
tributes that will be airing next week and the week after, I did learn in school, but I just did not remember it. So you have to put it in a context where it is indeed enjoyable. All right, we are going to open up our text lines right now. We have tickets to the Friendship Caravan, which will be this Thursday. The first three people that text, and there's not a keyword, just text in and include Friendship Caravan in the body of the text. You will each win one ticket to the event. It's a $5 or a $10 value because children are 5 or adults are 10. The first three people that text into 928-343-0993 will win a free ticket to the show on Thursday. All right, Space Force. What are your thoughts? The memes are already coming out and they're pretty funny.
I've seen some pretty funny ones. A lot of people saying that they wanted to re-enlist just to join the Space Force.
President Trump has directed the Pentagon to create the Space Force. That's the 6th military branch.
Yes.
And a lot of people are like, well, that must mean they may know something that we don't, like life on other planets. Well, think of space is very large.
Well, yeah.
And other governments that might not be so nice too. You can still get stuff up there and stuff can come down. Doesn't necessarily mean alien related.
No, it doesn't. And the United States has kind of taken a back seat to the space exploration. Yeah, we have people like Elon Musk doing SpaceX and things like that, but the actual government itself, NASA is not alive. It's not funded anymore. So I think that he's doing it to kind of bring the United States back to the forefront in that respect. And it's an important thing to do, I think. Real quick, we did have a caller. He wanted to give a shout out to the awesome cat mom that we have, Christine. Christine does a lot for the feline community here, and she oftentimes will stop what she's doing in her day to go rescue a kitten from an engine or one that's in distress. She's always out there, and not only does she take good care of our feline friends, but she's also a mom of her own children.
She has 2 little girls.
So the gentleman that called wanted to give her a shout out, saying she's an awesome cat mom and a mom to the children.
And she's a wonderful lady in general.
She is.
Well, Lydia, who is with Funny Faces, she will be doing free face painting at Pecan Grove today. They're doing the summer food program over there. That is one of the breakfast and lunch locations. So free face painting taking place at Pecan Grove today, and she does a beautiful job. Thank you, Lydia.
She does. So, and this is all donated time. This is something she volunteers to do every year. She just wants to be out there with the children, and you'll see Lydia at a lot of different events around the community for fundraisers for different things. She's out there. She just likes the interaction. She likes to be around the kids, and she does a great job at the face painting.
And they've raised their family in the community.
They
too.
definitely have.
And she posted that for Father's Day, they took her husband out to a pool tournament, and they've done so for 10 years. I think
it's a family pool tournament because she's got a lot of boys,
a large family.
She's got a large family, and I think it's a family thing that they do. But it's really awesome to see that it's a tradition that they continue on every single year.
All right. Yesterday, I just mentioned briefly when we were talking with Miss Yuma County, Cassidy LeGros. She has a suicide awareness and prevention platform for Miss Yuma County. The Yuma Family YMCA and CDMS SAD chapters are hosting a free adult suicide prevention 101. And Julie Mark, suicide prevention specialist with Simpatico, will teach you how to recognize the signs and what you can do to help. Everyone is welcome to join them at the Yuma Family YMCA Teen Room. It's July 24th from 4 to 5:30 p.m. And again, everyone is welcome. We're seeing a lot of situations. Yes, it's in the forefront because of the celebrity deaths that have been reported as of late, but it's a very serious problem affecting everyone across the board.
Yeah, and even if you're not dealing with somebody that may have that issue right now, it might be something to go and just educate yourself, because you never know. You never know what somebody's dealing with, and it could be a family member that is happy and smiling in front of you, but you never know what's going on behind closed doors.
And you're better prepared if a situation does arise to know what to look for.
Exactly. Our teens, unfortunately, are bombarded with this so much more than I've ever seen in the past. So educate yourself, because you know what, like I said, it may not be affecting you at this moment, but you never know what could arise.
All right, if you have any questions, you can always call 317-0522. That's 317-0522, and speak to Linda Rivas.
That's right.
I'm glad to see that they're doing this, and someone had messaged me not too long ago asking about having some kind of curriculum and classes at the schools. I I do not know about that.
I don't
but,
know about that either.
Because then you get into more challenges too. You know,
do.
We have enough issues with some parents that don't want the children to be there for sexual education classes.
Exactly.
But again, all of that, it's something you should also talk about at home too.
Well, and I think our community, I've seen it more in our community now with things like, we've had Hope on here quite a few times, and they're bringing awareness to the fact that mental health is very, very important, and something that is definitely a problem that we don't pay enough attention to. So I'm noticing there's a lot more things like this event that come out to try and help these people.
That's right. All right, it's Today in Yuma on Z93, Outlaw Country, MonsterMediaYuma.com. Coming up on the show tomorrow, we have Sarah Wisdom. I'm like, wait, today's Tuesday, right?
Back to Wisdom Wednesdays.
With more summer reading and the different activities taking place. And Dan Van Vorst will be here, and he's going to talk about the opioid crisis. And he's a pain management specialist. So we're going to see things from that perspective, too. Certainly stay tuned, plus more giveaways. And don't forget, text DBACS, DBACKS, to 928-343-0993 by Friday at 7 a.m. and get those entries in. Also, if you'd like to win tickets to the Friendship Caravan, just text Friendship. It's in the body of the message to that same number. All right, it's Today in Yuma. We will see everyone tomorrow. KCYK Yuma and KLJZ Yuma. Thank you, Anita. Bye.
Give you 5 seconds. Hurry. No, just kidding. It's okay if you're a second late. Bye, guys.